I'm kind of rusty. I haven't spoken in front of a lot of people in a few years, but I'm very happy to be here. First of all, thank you very much. Hoyana, kalali miut tungausti tautia tikiti tautia lauta tamani. Te mga tamaunga tiki ama kalali nunangano tungausungama tungasuialla honga inu hatikka nanituinna miut nunavumio hatikka ila inu hatikka nunavummiut inu hatikka nunatseavummiut ammalu tamani Alaska miumi tamani tu halomimat Inuit suta nunaktuami angiyumi nunahatta upigusuti yaga sivulipami. Just wanted to say a few words in my language. Thank you very much. Huyana. We have mountains, but not as big as your beautiful mountains in Kalali, Nunangani. That's called Itjorituk. It's a funny name. Itjorituk in our language means big balls, so that's big balls there. Our planes fly anywhere in Nunavik. We have planes that are equipped with skis, wheels, and so forth, and float planes as well. So if we can go to the next slide, please. Inuit was founded in 1978. It was started by the Inuit of Nunavik to take control of our own transportation, to control costs, and keep the money in the region. And in all the years that we've been flying, we've flown over 1.5 million people with a population of 12,000 people, mainly flying the owners of this company. So in the last 38, going to be 38 years in August that we've been flying the Inuit of Nunavik. We started off with a beaver, and I'm going to go later on in the slide, I'll show you what we're flying today now. And we've flown over 6,500 medevacs. We've carried over 175 million pounds of cargo. We've flown over 500,000 hours. We employ roughly anywhere from 600 to 650 people, depending on the season. If we can go to the next slide, please. As Aatami spoke yesterday, that one of the subsidiaries that MAKIVI owns is Inuit. Inuit is one of the oldest companies that MAKIVI owns. I'm very proud to be the president of this company. I was the president of MAKIVI for 14 years, so I've been around the Inuit world for the last 24 years. So I'm not new to this game, but very, very proud that we've come a long way. As I said, Inuit was bought to take control of our transportation. As the minister spoke earlier about Airlink being our link to the outside world. Without the airplane, we're very much isolated. During the short summer seasons that we have ships that come, but mainly bringing cargo to the region. But the airplane is our taxi, is our medevac, is our bus, is our lifeline to the world. So it's important that we took control of our own transportation in Nunavik. And Mr. Grimson, I'm sorry I overlooked you. Thank you for this. And I also want to acknowledge our Minister of Native Affairs, Jeff Kelly, for taking the time to come and listen to the people of the North. If we can go to the next slide, please. These are, our main route is providing service to the 14 Nunavik communities. But we also fly to Wabu, Seattle, Quebec City, La Grande, Montreal. But our main service is to provide service to the owners of the company, which are the Inuit of Nunavik. And Mr. Grimson, back in 2006, we actually flew to Iceland. So we're a scheduled operation, so we go all over the world. So we've been to Iceland as well. And any of you here that want to use Inuit, I left some pamphlets at the front. So if you're interested in looking at our company, our profile, please come and have a look. We operate in the Arctic. We have the expertise. We've been doing it for 38 years safely. a short commercial break. Next slide, please. The planes that we presently fly are the 737-200. You might be wondering why we're flying an older airplane. This 737-200 that we fly has a gravel equipped. It's the only plane that can land in gravel. So we have no choice but to use the 737-200. We also have the Dash 8-300, 7 of them, the Dash 8-300 cargo. We're presently working on a Dash 8-300 with a bigger cargo door, which will be the first one in the world in 2017. So we're very proud that we're working with Bombardier to come up with a Dash 8-300 with a bigger cargo door. As I said, the plane is our lifeline to the outside world, so all the goods that we have to bring have to be brought in, whether it's snow machine, whether it's four-wheelers. So we've been working with Bombardier for the last few months. We also have the old 748 because of the bigger cargo door. As soon as we have the Dash 8-300 with the bigger cargo door, that 748 will be taken out of the fleet. And I also want to acknowledge the government of Quebec for the support they gave us to work on this Dash 8-300 with the bigger cargo door. We also fly the Twin Otter, which is one of my favorite airplanes for flying in the Arctic. It can fly slow, it can land in a very short airstrip. Then we also have the King Air 100s that we do cross-country flights with. So Air Inuit flies 25 of its own airplanes. If we can go to the next airplane, I just want to quickly touch upon Hydro-Quebec. We've been flying Hydro-Quebec's airplanes for the last 23 years. They are a ground corporation that belong to the government of Quebec, and they've been very happy with the service that we've provided for them in the 23 years that we fly their 400s with our own pilots, our maintenance people. Next slide, please. Just to give you an idea, the number of people working for the company, as you can see, 686 people. Out of those 686 people, 167 of them are Inuit. It's a challenge trying to keep Inuit employed in the company when we have a small population base, plus other organizations competing for the same people that you have. But I'm proud to say that we actually have 14 Inuit pilots flying for us, and 150 different people working on the ground. So a total of 167 beneficiaries working for Air Inuit out of 686 people. Next slide, please. We built a beautiful building in Montreal. Mr. Kelly talked about Plan North. When Jean Charest was the Premier of Quebec, I told Mr. Charest at that time, we also have our own plan, what's called a Plan South. So we built this beautiful building. we built this beautiful building. We opened it in 2012. And so we have our offices, our hangar. We also have Hydro-Quebec as a client in this building for their offices, plus their planes that they have. So we actually have 2 hangars in this building. It was quite an expensive undertaking, but worthwhile, because we're going to be in the airline business for years to come. So we decided to invest a whole lot of money in the south to accommodate our needs for our operation in the north. Next slide, please. As you can see in the hangar, it's very bright. It's a green building. It's recognized as a Leeds building. I only got a minute or 2 left, so next slide, please. We pride ourselves in our safety. In our 38-year history, we've been very fortunate that we have an intact safety record. We have a little mishap here and there, but nothing ever, we've never lost a life, so we're very fortunate, so knock on wood. So I'm an accountable executive for the company. If we can go to the next slide, please. We go above and beyond what's required by Transport Canada. We've invested in the equipment that we need to operate in the kind of environment that we operate out of. Next slide, please. Maintenance is done in our building. Everything is done almost in-house. For heavy maintenance, we go outside. Next slide, please. Safety, as I said, is our number one priority. Keeping our customers happy, making sure the fleet that we have is the fleet that we need to operate in the environment that we have. We have stability, we have long-term employees. On average, our employees would be, let's say, 15 years. I have an employee that's been working for us for 34 years. So it gives you an idea, people want to stay with Air Inuit. Next slide, please. But before I finish, I took a few notes. I also wanted to acknowledge my chairman, Andy Morehouse. He's a great dynamic leader from my region. He just got elected recently to the portfolio of economic development. So I'm happy to say that Andy, I'm not trying to gain any brownie points by stating that, but he is a great guy. And one other thing, I haven't heard the second bill yet, so I'm still safe. They told me that if I hear the third bill, the security will be coming to take me out. So the theme of this conference is challenges. One of the challenges, as we all know, is the weather. We can't control the weather, so bear with us. The weather affects our operation. So, huyana, ilunasi, I wanted to talk more. I can talk all along. If you want to talk to me some more, I have my business cards here. I have our cards in the front. So, huyana. But before I finish, I also wanted to acknowledge one of the board of directors of Air Inuit, Aatami. So, ilunasi, nakumig huyana.